Hello and welcome to the next video of my LCP 2025 preview series. We're covering CTBC Flying Oyster in this one. PCS representative, actually at multiple international events the last few years. Going into this season, I have them ranked 7th based on stats. Do I think they're 7th? No. They're better than 7th. But for the sake of this, statistically, excuse me, they're 7th. So the last 3 years, in 2022, they finished 2nd and 1st. In 23, 3rd and 1st. And then in 2024, 3rd and 4th. So this past year is the first time they didn't go to Worlds in the last 3 years. In terms of top lane, they have Driver and Rest. Driver technically rates out higher. From what I understand, well, I've seen Rest play actually. Rest is solid, one of the better PCS tops. One of the better minor region tops outright. But Driver, statistically, was slightly better. So Driver is listed as a starter for me right now. Had a 2.6 KDA, a 51.3 KP, 8 CS per minute, a positive 1 share differential, and a 152 ROI. So very aggressive. Dealt a lot of damage in the top lane. We don't see that high of damage divided by gold that much in top lane, above 1.5. 225 gold ahead of 15 minutes. That's one thing that this team can say. They are very good in the early game. Their laning phases are all positive. 2.27 vision efficiency. You'd like that to be better. 17 champion, 68 games. Ranks 5th in his role going into this season. 22 years old. Kesante, Jackson, Rumble. Just under half of his games played. And then you have Rest, who I have Driver listed as a starter, statistically. Rest is the guy that's been the starter for CFO, to my knowledge, both Worlds appearances and probably last year as well. Now, he had a better KDA and KP. 3.5 is significantly better. It's a full kill better. But slightly better KP at 53.6. Same CS per minute. But the difference is on this team, negative 1.2 share differential. And that in part could be because he's on a better team. However, when we look at 1.26 ROI, much more passive, lost in the laning phase, down 170 gold at 15 minutes, 2.38 vision efficiency, 16 champions in 41 games. He ranks 6th if he was a starter. Behind them is Hasu 7. Hasu 7, pretty decent solo-dolo type of split in PCL, which was the minor region for the PCS last season. 4.4 KDA, below 48 KP, so very low on his own. 7.7 CS per minute. You'd like that to be higher if he's not fighting that much. And because of the low gold, 1.63 ROI. 18 champions, 78 games. In the jungle is Junjia. So Junjia I have ranked 3rd going into this season. I would say he's probably 1st. He's in the conversation for best minor region player outright. A very talented player that turned down opportunities in major regions and probably did again this past year. And, he has a better chance to go to Worlds with a team from the PCS than, a bottom half LPL team or a lower tier Western team. 4.8 KDA, a 70.6 KP, a 6.6 CS per minute. All very good numbers. Negative 2.7 share differential and a 1.19 ROI with PSG Talon. 465 gold ahead. That in and of itself is a great description, right? On average, he's ahead 465. So every game he's gone even. There's a game he was up 930 gold at 15 minutes. 20 games and 20 champions played 99 games. He's 22 years old. Vi, Sejuani, and Skarner, only 38% of his champion pool. So out of the 99 games, he played those 3 champions 38 times. And the other 61, he played 19 other champions, which is incredible. In a best of 3 situation, there's a chance he doesn't play any of those champions. Or only one of 3. Husha was behind him. Husha started in the PCS last season as well. And if he was a starter, he'd rank 5th. He had a very good spring split. 4 KDA, a 78.8 KP, very active, 4 out of every 5 kills. For his team, they fought around him, 6.3 CS per minute. Now, he had a negative 3.5 share differential, but a positive ROI in spring, which means a lot because in spring, it really wasn't the case that the carry meta kind of came into effect at MSI and into summer. He was up 235 gold, had a 4.26 vision efficiency, 10 champions, 38 games. Now, one of the two question marks for this team, mid lane and support. So mid lane, Hong Q is the starter going into it. There is no insurance policy behind him. So this kid is 17 years old, and he is going to make his debut. Not his debut. He's played 2 PCS games last season. But, when we take in account all 59 games last year, he played very well. I mean, a 6 KDA, 62.7 KP is going to happen. He's got to learn the game. He's got to learn the pro game. He has the mechanics. He has a 9.2 CS per minute, 1.75 ROI, 15 champions, 59 games, but the KP, 62.7%. So he's going to have to learn how to fight around his team in timings, etc. Behind him is Idiogs. I'm going to go Idiog here. 5.8 KDA, 59.4 KP, so even less involved in his team last year. 8.8 CS per minute, but a 1.85 ROI. I mean, hell, when he did get into a fight, he dealt some damage. 11 champions, 27 games. Doggo, ranked 6th going into this one. He's still only 21 years old. Shoot, it feels like so many years ago when he made his debut on, PSG. But no, he's still 21 years old, and he toiled on Ultra Prime the last couple of years. I'm very happy that he got out of that hellhole. Now Waco's taking that bullet. But Waco's had some time to, thrive in the PCS and go to international events. Now it's Doggo's turn. With Ultra Prime, hit a 3.7 KDA, 72 KP, 9 CS per minute, clearly up. We're fighting around the bottom side of the rift. Doggo and Niket were very dominant in the laning phase. 305 gold ahead. Now, in terms of the share differential, it's not great, 3.3. That's something that this team, I'm going to have to, without a mid laner to go off of in terms of share differential. I mean, we have negative 10.3. So we need a 6 out of mid lane to make it even, which is unlikely. But, or even 7.2 if Rest is the starter. So this team does need to step it up. Doggo's going to have to take on a bigger role with this team than he did with Ultra Prime last year in terms of share differential. He's got to do more with what he's given. And Rest in particular as well, if he ends up playing. He's got to step it up because I think if Driver deserves an opportunity, if Rest isn't going to get it done. 2.8 vision efficiency, 17 champions, 77 games. Ranked 6th. Callista, Lucian, Ezreal, 40% of his games. Hermes, very solo dolo type of 80 carry. Only 59% KP. 6.8 CS per minute, 9 KDA. 6.8 KDA, 9 CS per minute. So, KDA player as well. Hey, no, you're fighting. That's fine. KDA, 1.47 ROI, 17 champions, 78 games. Now, the veteran, the shot caller on this team is Kaiwing, but I would say question mark. Last year, I didn't think he did that well. Technically, I have him ranked 8th. There's no rookie supports going into this season in the LCP. 4.4 KDA, 71 KP, and extremely traditional in the support role. Negative 7.6 share differential and a 0.66 ROI. So his team was dealing a hell of a lot more damage than he was. Is what that's telling me. Which is fine. You're the support. And he is a veteran support. You look at his champion pool. Ral, Leona, Alistar, 62% of 97 games. Very predictable. You knew Kaiwing was going to play these traditional engage supports. 210 gold ahead. It worked out for him in the laning phase. 1.9 vision efficiency. Lan Pei Fang. We're going to go LPF on this one. LPF, decent in Academy. 6.2 KDA. Hell, that's good. 67.5 KP. Not as active as you'd like, but it's more active than other players in CFO Academy. 0.82 ROI, so dealt more damage. 16 champions, 78 games. Coach is Chowie. Now, Chowie's coaching career has not been quite as strong as his playing career. In In the PCS, he's 25-37 as a coach for a 40% win rate. 17-13 in playoffs, though, for a 57% win rate. So when he got to playoffs, it was a good thing, especially with Hong Kong attitude, resulting in a 6-8 record internationally. They got out of play-ins one year. But when he coached TSM, he went 19-35 in the regular season, but 5-5 in the playoffs. So when he can get out of the best of ones and can get to best of fives, he's in pretty good shape. It's just getting through the best of one phase for Chowie, that's a problem. I think Kai Wing and Chowie are kind of joining forces here. I think they were together on Hong Kong attitude, so that's a thing here. Definitely, I mean, hell, this top side of the rift could be very, very good. If Hong Q is legit, this team obviously could be easily one of the best in the PC. I'm sorry, the LCP. So, thank you for watching. If you liked the video, like it, subscribe to the channel for daily League of Legends content. Follow me on Twitter, join the Discord, become a YouTube supporter, and hope to see you again tomorrow.